Welcome back to the show. My next guest is the author of the Sergeant Windflower Mystery series. And boy, oh boy, he's been busy during the pandemic writing because he has released 2 books during the pandemic. I'm joined by author Mike Martin. Mike, great to see you. And thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Derek. Great to be with you, and nice to be here. And welcome back to Ottawa, and great to have Daytime Ottawa back on TV again.
I couldn't agree more. Yeah, it's been a long time for us. We're so happy to be back. And I mentioned how busy you are, but let's go back to sort of the birth of this series and tell us a little bit about your main character, Sergeant Windflower, and what the inspiration was.
Well, Sergeant Winston Windflower is an RCMP officer, a Cree from northern Alberta, who finds himself assigned to a small community in Newfoundland, and that's where the adventures begin. He finds he loves the place. He finds a girl that he loves, and he just loves everything about Newfoundland. And that gives him a chance to engage in Newfoundland. It gives me a chance to write about it. So it's been a lot of fun, and now there's 11 books in the series, which I can't figure out how that happened.
It is amazing. That's an incredible accomplishment. I just want to go back to Newfoundland for a moment. Why Newfoundland? Why did you choose that particular setting?
Well, that's where I'm from. I'm from St. John's. I was born there and spent the first 30 years of my life there. I've actually spent more time in Ottawa now than I have in Newfoundland. But anyway, we started going back to Newfoundland to visit family. And my partner, her family is from Grand Bank, this small community on the southeast coast. And I always wanted to write a fiction book. I had hoped to set it in Canada, and I found the inspiration in Newfoundland, which was a great thing to do because I get to write about Newfoundland and mystery and lots of fun things.
No kidding. Let's talk about Buried Secrets, book number 11 in the series, of course, the latest. Give us a little teaser on that one.
Well, the Buried Secrets is a Windflower is back in Grand Bank. I'll just go back a little bit to Safe Harbor, which came out earlier this year. He was in St. John's. He got assigned there and kind of stuck there for the pandemic. So the story in Safe Harbor takes place in St. John's, but in Buried Secrets, which is book 11, which is the newest one out in the last month, he's back in Grand Bank.
Okay.
And this time, he's kind of conflicted because he's been in the RCMP a long time. He's been in Grand Bank a long time. They want him to move. He doesn't really want to move. And all these things start happening. Of course, somebody dies, and he's got to figure out what happened. But as always, the theme of the story is have fun. And Windflower tries to have fun. He enjoys good food. He enjoys his friends and his family. He's got a couple of kids now, and it's a great late mystery series. And I just noticed you show all the books on the screen right now, and so it's been quite an adventure. And perhaps the best thing about it, besides writing about Newfoundland, is all the people that you get to meet along the way.
Oh, for sure. Give me a little bit more of a description of Windflower and some of his characteristics.
Well, people ask me, am I a Windflower? And I am absolutely not Windflower. In an ideal world, I would like to be like Windflower because he's a Mountie, so that means he's strong and he has a lot of good techniques and qualities as a police officer. But more importantly, he's a kind and generous man, and he's kind to his friends, he's loving to his family, and he loves the community and does whatever he can for the community. So he's kind of Mr. Do-Good in a world that's really rotten. Sometimes he's the guy who's trying to do good and make things right. And I think he's the person that I want to be when I grow up.
Nice. You still haven't grown up. That's what I like about you, Mike. Mike, where can people pick up copies of the books?
So the books are available everywhere you buy good books. I would recommend you go to some local independent stores like Perfect Books on Elgin Street or Books on Beechwood down in that area on Beechwood Avenue. But they're available at Chapters and Kohl's and all the other usual places. And you can buy them online if you don't want to go out. Certainly available on Amazon all over the world.
Terrific. And I'm glad you mentioned those independent bookstores. They're fantastic. Beechwood is my neighborhood. I love visiting. Thanks so much for joining us, Mike. Really appreciate it. And congratulations on books number 10 and 11 in the series. That does it for us on Daytime.